Hi everybody, I hope that you guys are doing well. For anybody new tuning in, my name is Gabriella. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. It seems like there's a question of like holding something close that's important to you, and this may even be a matter of like going through something and being like, do I want to hold on to this? Is this something that I want to let go of? Like even breaking something down and be like, what pieces of this do I want to keep? Like, do I need to keep all of it? Things like this. All right, so we're starting off with the Four of Wands, which puts the focus on our relationships. Ooh, a Tower. The Four of Wands next to the Tower can very well speak about a breakup or an unexpected event that's happening within like the home or within a relationship that you have. I'm seeing the throat chakra is connected with this. This can be news, it can be a conversation, something that was communicated. Even though it may not feel like it, the Tower is here to help. I'm hearing in a time of need. It helps you feel more connected. It helps you with love. The interesting thing here is that it even seems like there could have been a coasting feeling that was happening. The Four of Cups speaks about feeling like medium, if anything, about what it is that's going on. It's like there's not very much an interest on taking this, and this symbolizes the Ace of Cups, which is here. And I'm seeing like the Tower is actually helping a relationship. So this can mean like some sort of change up or some sort of switch up that is breaking you out of some sort of stagnant routine is what it looks like to me. This may even be helping you when it comes to feeling like maybe even disenchanted about something. Maybe this is even going to kick up some stronger feelings for you. The thing as well is that there could have been something that was meant to be happening, something that was meant to be even grasped, and the force of Mars may be coming through in a more like jarring or severe way. However, this may be the only way that something can like get across in the way that it's meant to. The thing is that if anything is meant to be, the Tower cannot touch it, the Tower cannot destroy it. The Tower has a purpose, and it only is applied, it only is present when it is meant to be. Scorpio, first major arcana. I had a feeling. So we got some heavy Mars here with both the Death card and also the Tower. Being as Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio. Yeah, I'm seeing it be like, okay, so I was getting this, but I didn't want to jump the gun. I wanted to see how things were going to go. If there had been something going on, meaning like a lesson that was meant to be grasped, progress that was meant to be gained, a change that was needed within a cycle with you and another person, if this had not been happening, if something had essentially been stagnant in a way that it wasn't meant to, I'm seeing like Mars and Saturn being connected in some way, like maybe not directly, but there's something going on with the two of them where it seems like Saturn couldn't do something by itself, and so it needed like the energy of Mars to get something going. And this can mean like even a sudden change that we have, especially to have the Tower and the Death card touching with one another. There can be an emphasis on Scorpio Mars here. It's like getting kicked into action in a way where something is going to change. I'm seeing there be like fear that is essentially connected with the Death card, only because a fear coming from a space of things being unknown, of being like, where are these changes taking me? Maybe I didn't want this change to happen, even though like a deeper part of you may have, but on the surface level, when it comes to like the root chakra and the things that we feel secure with, even if you hadn't been having strong feelings towards whatever this is that you have, it seems like this has brought something to light. This has like even electrified a connection that you have, and there's a sense of being like, I don't think that I want to lose this thing, or feeling fear over like something that may potentially not be anymore. So this comes from a place of knowing that there's nothing that can really stop this change that's happening. Nothing can pause the Death card or stop it from fulfilling its purpose, and there's a sense of recognizing that. So I'm seeing that it even seems like something starts picking up, that something happens very quickly after the Death card shows up. The fear is coming from a space where there's a resistance to change, because of the fear of the unknown. Scorpio and Libra. What's interesting about this is that whatever had been really pulling you down energetically, emotionally before, it is now giving you the opportunity to transition out of that space and into a space of feeling liberated and recognizing what you need and what you don't need, and also what you're ready to move on from. It's like this, rather than sitting around and worrying about something, sitting around and being like inactive or even complacent while not feeling good about a situation, moving into a space where you're ready to take action based off of what you feel like is right within a situation. And I'm seeing that be connected with you actually moving away from something, moving away from whatever this is, which also means moving away from that emotional state that you had been finding yourself within, that looks dreadful energetically, to just be sitting in that space, even if you know that this is going to like cause some sort of pain. It seems like it must be done. There's this sense of knowing that, hey, if I'm doing like what I feel like is right or even just within this situation, I'm being honest with myself and saying, hey, you know what, this isn't for me anymore. Like I'm not finding what I need within this space. And I know that if I make this move, it may cause pain, potentially. There's definitely that option on the table. However, it seems like it's between like being true to how it is that you're feeling and possibly like letting somebody down, or there being like hurt feelings involved in this, or like even heartbreak, stuff like that. And then the question comes back to like, who are we living for, and who are we making these decisions for? Are you meant to avoid hurting somebody and staying in a space that's not authentic to you, or are you going to be true to yourself, even if that means that somebody may feel hurt, including you, potentially? Because the thing is too that like sometimes we can have something going on with somebody and like part of us wants to stay in the routine because it feels comfortable, and then we have this other part of ourselves that's like, I know that this isn't like the potential of what I could have, and I know that like something just doesn't feel right anymore, and this isn't the right situation for me to be in anymore, and I know that I'm meant to be like carrying on and moving on from this, and it seems like that's the space that you find yourself within. However, if you are so identified with your attachments, this may cause a little bit of a holdup for you. It's like if there is a codependent relationship that you have with this person, or like anything that is not being moderated that's been going on between the two of you, this is something to be mindful of, and it's also something to be managed, because I'm seeing there be a very high stress impact connected with there being a separation between the two of you. But I'm seeing that for some of you, I'm hearing trauma bond. I'm seeing that this is connected with an attachment rather than... It's an attachment that is identified with, yeah, like codependency of some sort, of like addictive components even with the devil, something that is not being regulated. Because there are reasons for staying other than being like, I believe that this works well and that this is healthy for me and that this is the best place for me to be. And that's something to look at further. Because when the logic is backing up something else, like anything related to the devil, which speaks about our attachments, it's something to look into further to get more insight as to what type of karmic cycle is playing out. This can also be things like finances too. It's like, if I leave this person, how am I going to provide for myself because they provide for me? So things like that can also come up as well. Can also be, it's like emotional dependency, financial dependency. These are the two dependencies that I am seeing. So one moves on, right? And there's a sense of heartbreak. And then I'm seeing another person. This can also be both people too, like really struggling with this just because of the nature of what the relationship was like before. Now I'm seeing like a message that is being sent, something even that's being received now. A message coming to light. Connected with two people. So this even seems like a conversation that one is having. It looks like one party is feeling like quite stressed out and wanting to like connect with this other person because they feel like this other person. It's like the energy that I'm seeing is more associated with like the earth energy or the Capricorn energy, which I'm also seeing Scorpio be connected with that. I'm seeing them like want to be closer with the Queen of Cups energy, which I'm seeing is more associated with the Libran energy, and the Sun energy, which can be Leo. It can be something going on in the 5th house. The Earth energy is like gravitating. The masculine Earth energy is gravitating towards the feminine water energy because they feel like this, they're going through, the earth energy is going through something that feels like quite stressful, difficult right now with them within their lives, feeling like they're struggling in some sort of way, and they feel like this feminine water energy is going to be receptive with them, and so they may even feel like, hey, this person is still willing to talk to me, and there's something about like things coming to light through a conversation with this person. What's interesting is that it seemed like something very unhealthy was going on within the dynamic. It's like the death card came through, the death card was activated, the Scorpio energy was activated because something was like severely out of balance with the devil here, and that's why the tower had to happen, because something could not like be maintained at the speed in which it was going. And so like this breakup, like whatever this was, where you went from being like this with something to feeling like you could have even felt like you were losing part of yourself by this separation because of how like melded you had been with whatever this is. And then there's that like the fear and the anxiety and like the sadness and like all of the stuff going on in one's head, and the tension and the stress that is connected with the pain psychologically and emotionally. And what's interesting is that I'm seeing there be a focus that's pointing towards like one having help through consistently connecting with passions and the things that they feel are important to them, like one's job, one's responsibilities, things like that. This is what helps one like even get outside of this interpersonal situation that's been going on. And there's something here about like in focusing on the responsibilities, like even the roles that one is playing that are important to them, that is outside of whatever dynamic this was that has broken apart or that the tower has touched. There's a sense of one gaining back their connection with themselves and also with like a sense of equilibrium emotionally. And this is about figuring out, like even getting to the point, if something was that out of balance, there is some sort of issue, there's something that needs to be looked into further. um and I'm seeing there be this notion where a person is like, okay, when I get to a place where I'm grounding emotionally, where I feel like I have separated and I've found a sense of equanimity within this situation, even from this situation, within this situation, one has completed the lesson of recognizing that something here is not going to provide one what one needs. Otherwise, the clinging would not be so severe. It's like when things belong, when things go together, they naturally fit. When you have to glue something together, or you feel like the attraction, or like the with the attraction, we can say the magnetic pull is so strong that it does not allow you to connect with other things. It like takes complete precedence and it takes over your life. It's like when it's that type of thing, there's something out of alignment, there's something out of balance ultimately. Because when something belongs, it kind of just like gravitates around without having to like cling and meld. There's a sense of them just like coexisting in a symbiotic way. And that's not what was happening before. It was not at all. And so I'm seeing this person be in a space where they're like, okay, I feel like I'm grounded. I feel like I know what the right thing is to do here. I get where I am emotionally. Like I've given light to all of this stuff. And I'm in a space where I feel like I'm level enough to make a wise choice for myself. And I feel like I'm grounded enough to see what that is and to know that and to feel that. And this person says that they're going to move away from this situation. There's just like even a message that needs to be sent. But I'm seeing this person be like, I don't want to tell them, I don't want to send them this message because I know that this is going to impact them. I know that this is going to potentially hurt this person to send them the message. And this is the quandary that I'm seeing right now. It's like in order to communicate that, one like is feeling hesitant, one is feeling resistant just because they know potentially what the implications of that are going to be. And even for the person that is walking away too, because that's not to say they're not attached, that's not to say they don't care, that's not to say that it's not going to hurt them too. They just know from a level space that this is not something that they're meant to be a part of any longer. They know that it's not in alignment for them as they feel it. And there's a sense of like not wanting to take like the happiness or the sunshine away from another person, and also that fear of like, if I leave, will I really be able to pursue like my pursuit of happiness away from this person? Like, can I find something that I really do connect with, which is a natural a natural like thought process to be going through, especially when we're making a transition. Like, am I going to find like something equal or like more in tune for me than what it is that I'm leaving? Like, or am I going to regret making this choice that I'm making? So I'm looking at Mars, Saturn, Scorpio. I am hearing Gemini, Libra, Capricorn, and the Sun. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.